Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. It is the leading daily enterprise business show here in the Richmond area. I'm host Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me. Frankly, could be doing almost anything else, but I appreciate you being here with me today. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, or agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. I'm just happy that my program airs here on a daily basis, that I'm able to bring it to you. So join me as this cutting-edge show uplifts the community and showcases RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. Joining us today, as always, is the super producer, the man on the wheels of steel, Al Green, and we can be reached by calling 804-778-8888. So On the Mic with Mike highlights partnerships, people, social enterprise business, organizations, as well as issues of the day. I'd like to thank our show sponsor, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. He can be reached by calling 804-503-8472. If you are a business and you are in need of merchant services, Tom Childry is a master at finding solutions to help you out. So Tom Childry, the credit card guy, 804-503-8472. He's also doing a lot of great things in the area of supporting nonprofits. So Tom's the man. Please take a look at what he does. Along the way, we have to pay some bills. As I always say, my grandkids do need stuff. So please support our advertisers and sponsors along the way. So take a listen to what they have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this show, hands down, is the best in the business. Other folks can get who they want. We get the best and brightest here on the Mic with Mike. We're here daily with you from 1 to 2, 100.7, 100.5, 92.7, 820 a.m. And I'm your host, Mike King. On today's show, we have with us Anthony Romanello, who is the Executive Director of the Henrico and the Economic Development Authority. He's the man who's going to tell us about all the great things that go on in Henrico from the business aspect and give us some clues and insight as to what's on the horizon and questions that you may have. If you want information about doing business in Henrico, please give us a call. The number is 804-778-8888. At the bottom of the hour, we have Nakita Rowell-Stevens, who is the word stylist. So if you want to write a book or you need some wording, she is a wordsmith. She will be with us to talk about what she does and how to make you look good from a business standpoint. I'd like to thank all of our folks who are following on Instagram. It's my man Anthony. He's over here on the left of me. So without further ado, Mr. Romanello, welcome to the program.
Hey, Mike, thank you. Glad to be here.
All righty, so we brought you in here to tell us about all the great things in Henrico. Let us know what the Economic Development Authority does. And then we have some information I think that people would find interesting because it's not perception when you're going to tell us about the reality of it. So, sir, the floor is yours about the authority.
Well, thanks, Mike. Our role is very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple, and that's to grow Henrico's economy for all. That's why the Economic Development Authority exists. We are the economic development arm of Henrico County government. The authority board, which is a 10-member board, is appointed by the Board of Supervisors, and they supervise our work. And we're here to grow Henrico's economy throughout our entire county. We have pretty substantial marketing efforts, business attraction efforts, and then we work very closely with our existing businesses to help them stay in business as well as to grow so they can continue to succeed in Henrico and in the region.
So the idea of it is your organization attracts businesses to Henrico as well as helps businesses who are here survive and flourish.
Exactly, and in fact, we've really done more business retention work than ever before in the last few months, as you might imagine, since the coronavirus hit. And there's been some substantial assistance that we've needed to provide to businesses who are trying to weather this storm, which we don't know when the end is going to be in sight. And so we've tried to provide all kinds of resources and assistance since early March to try to help our businesses weather it economically, keep their employees safe, keep their customers safe, and hopefully get to the other side of things.
So what type of plans or programs are available to business owners a lot of times the big businesses get the information and they know about the programs. So for the small to medium-sized businesses, what type of options or services or programs are out there to help them even now going into the latter part of the year?
Well, I think first thing I'd direct you to is henrico.com, which is our website. We've got all kinds of resources out there for businesses that are here in the county and those that are looking to come into the county. And what we've done since early March is really collect all the resources, working with, I know you do some work with the Small Business Administration, with the SBA, with state state agencies, county agencies, in trying to help meet the need wherever it might be, sort of meet the business community where they are. And we've had some real good success over the last few months in assisting our businesses through a variety of programs. One initiative that we're particularly proud of is that we took $2 million out of our fund balance at the EDA. We've deposited that with Virginia Community Capital, which is a community development financial institution just down the road from us on Parham Road in Henrico. And they took those funds and they used that for liquidity to make PPP loans, or the federal government's payroll protection program, because at the time, local banks were flooded, as we all know. National banks were flooded, and what VCC, or Virginia Community Capital, was doing was they were opening up those loans to businesses that may not have had a banking relationship. And as a result, we were able to, working through them, they were able to leverage well over $3 million worth of loans. And what we're really happy about is that we had 10 women-owned businesses, 7 minority-owned businesses among those that received loans through VCC. So it was a really nice partnership that we were able to do with them to help them with some early liquidity so they could get the loan money out the door.
I think when you look at small business owners, I always say they know what they know, and sometimes they don't realize it. Do people sometimes not realize the opportunity and efforts, I guess, as well as the supply services that Henrico offers for the small business?
Well, I think that, when times are good, our phone doesn't ring as much. People aren't calling on us as much for assistance. As soon as the virus hit, we started making phone calls. We made hundreds of phone calls every week to try to reach out to our businesses, to check in from every business, no matter how small, or from hairstylists on up to Altria and some of the Fortune 500s that are in the area. And we just wanted to make sure that folks knew that we were there and to connect them to resources. The challenge over the last few months is that what we were doing up to that point, and those resources were there, but there's been so many new things, particularly in March, April, May, there was almost daily information about here's what's going on with the virus, here are the federal programs, here's the guidelines associated with that. And we've tried our best to make sure that our information stays current so the business community can adjust.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're listening to is Anthony Romanello, Executive Director of the Henrico Economic Development Authority. If you'd like to speak to us, if you have questions about your business, doing business with Henrico, you can reach us at 804-778-8888. So when we talked, sometimes people would think that for business starting up, or you guys are an organization seeking business coming to you, you had said you don't compete with Richmond City as well as Chesterfield. Explain why you don't and the differences between you guys there.
Yeah, very rarely do we compete with the city of Richmond and with Chesterfield or with Hanover. We're all part of the Greater Richmond Partnership, which is our regional organization. We don't have a lot of businesses where we all have our target sectors, the things that we go after. And so we don't compete very often on those projects. There is some, but what I'll tell you is we're competing a whole lot more frequently with Charlotte, with Raleigh, with Nashville, with Boston than we are with the localities here. And, with my 3 colleagues in those other jurisdictions, I would say, they're all excellent at what they do. They're fine professionals. And, our perspective is that if we get that investment in the region, if we get those jobs in the region, everybody wins, no matter where the tax bill happens to go. And so a win for the city is a win for Henrico, and vice versa. Same for Chesterfield and for Hanover. The other thing that's really good about the RVA region is that the economic development departments, the county governments, the city governments, we don't poach
Which is
businesses
good.
from one locality to the other. Now, there's movement within the region. Certainly, people are making those. The private sector is making those decisions. But if you're going to move from one locality to the other, we're not going to offer an incentive package because we're not trying to pull one business from within the region to another locality within the region.
So in essence, you're a salesman for Henrico to lure
Absolutely.
business.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're out wherever you are. What are the 3 points that are the selling points for Henrico compared to the other places?
Well, what I would say is really what differentiates us is first off the product, the community. It's a safe community. It's a healthy community. The schools are great. Transportation network is unbelievable. You can get around Henrico. You can get around Central Virginia, most any place in 20 minutes or less. And so there's great mobility. The second thing is the workforce is incredibly strong. We have a really good, well-educated workforce, well-trained workforce that as we talk to businesses about expanding, as we talk to businesses about coming to the county, we know that we can meet their labor demands, and the community college system is a great partner with us, as well as the universities in the area. And then the third thing I would say that differentiates Henrico is that our county government gets it. Our county government is about making business work and about meeting the needs of businesses, because ultimately it's businesses that pay the tax bills that enable us to have schools and parks and good community services that take care of the people of Henrico.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're listening to is Anthony Romanello. So when we look at Henrico, you had said that people get the wrong idea. Like, that's me, that we hear about the East End, and sometimes some of the things aren't the best thing coming from the East End. But you're like, the East End is really an economic driver. Explain like the breakdown so people can get that. Because I think I was like a lot of people. You see the shiny thing, which is short pump, and then, but explain to our listeners.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Henrico County sort of hugs the northern side of the city of Richmond, and eastern Henrico is a very significant part of our economic engine, and really where a lot of our bills are paid. The White Oak Technology Park, which is where Facebook is building their $2 billion data center, is in eastern Henrico. The Richmond International Airport, which just announced, by the way, just in the last few days,
Flights.
nonstop flights to LA and to Las Vegas, which is a huge coup because up till now, Denver was as far west you could go without changing planes. So that's huge and a real credit to the guys out at the airport. The industrial base of the county is generally in central and eastern Henrico. And again, that's where our tax bills are paid by those businesses. There's substantial growth out there. One of the really exciting things that we're talking a lot about is that QTS, which is a data center out at the White Oak Technology Park, they now have what's called the network access point, which is the connection for 4 undersea cables, 2 from Europe, 1 from Africa, and 1 from South America. Those connections come through Virginia Beach to Henrico. First access point is here in Henrico. That's the fastest internet in the world. You could take, just to tell you how fast that is, and we're talking about moving big data. This isn't you and me Googling something on our phones. This is corporations that are moving data for millions of people and millions of transactions. But if you took every movie ever made and put it on one of those transatlantic cables, you could transmit it digitally across the Atlantic in 42 seconds. That's the power of those cables.
Okay. So we've come a long way from dial-up.
Yes, we have.
We've come a long way.
Yes, we have. This is a whole lot better than dial-up. And when you think about the future of big data, and that everything now is generating data, your refrigerator, your car, every device that we have, every appliance that we have is all part of the Internet of Things. All that data needs to be housed somewhere, and then it needs to be transmitted. And so while Loudoun County, Ashburn, 70 to 80% of the world's internet transactions go through Loudoun, and probably will continue to do that. But if you're doing any business internationally, if you're going to France or Spain or South Africa or Brazil, that data is going to come through Henrico County because that's the fastest way to get it there.
And how does that book of business end up in Henrico?
Well, I think it's for the reasons that I mentioned before. I think it's that we have really taken an aggressive stand to create the product. So at the White Oak Technology Park, there's 2,300 acres of top quality land that is ready for development. Our Board of Supervisors in 2017 dropped the data center tax rate by 90%. So it's one of the lowest tax rates in Virginia. And then I have to give a lot of credit to the good people at QTS. They came into that facility about 12 years ago. They've made a substantial investment, and their partnership with the folks laying the undersea cables. So really, it's a combination of all these public and private efforts that are giving us this connectivity, and is really going to be one of the additional differentiators for Henrico.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the time is 1:23. We have to go away for a moment. We will be back shortly.
To the finance.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hi everyone, it's Pavi Leitner, the CEO and founder of Finlit and your family's certified financial educator, dedicated to the financial success of you and your family. Are you not sure where to start with your finances? Or are you looking to sign your middle schooler up for our virtual camp? Book us at www.finlitva.com. That is www.finlitva.com. Finlit is creating a money-conscious community.
Chris Ship here with Focus Floors, and we are offering a free upgrade in any Bona water-based poly for any job that gets put on our schedule. You can reach us at focushardwoodflooring.com or just check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook, Focus Floors 804, Instagram 804. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Martin Short with the U.S. Small Business Administration Virginia District Office. Join us on September 23rd at 1 p.m. with On the Mic with Mike RVA as we recognize George Niefler, SBA Small Business Person of the Year for Virginia. This will be an exciting segment and an opportunity to call in with your questions. Tune in and call in for your latest biz insights.
September 23rd. Don't miss this special On the Mic with Mike SBA Wednesday. Phone lines are always open, 804-778-8888. On the Mic with Mike, exclusively on WJFN.
Are you experiencing difficulties with paying your mortgage or bringing your mortgage current? If so, we can help. Give Neighborhood Home and Assistance a call at 1-800-441-6872 or text 757-951-3048 for an immediate response. We have over 10 years of mortgage experience working with some of the largest mortgage corporations in America. For more information, visit neighborhoodhomeassistance.com to schedule your free over-the-phone consultation. Remember, time is one thing we can't get back, and your home is your investment. Act fast.
Mike King isn't a businessman, he's a businessman with his own talk show, On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. It is the premier business enterprise show here in the Richmond area. I'm your host, Mike King. With us, riding with us today is Anthony Romanello of the Economic Development Authority of Henrico. Really quick, give us an idea of the update on what's happening with Facebook and Henrico, and why is that significant?
Yeah, it's a really big deal, Mike. So Facebook is building one of their largest data centers at the White Oak Technology Park. When all phases are completed, it'll be just under 2 million square feet. It's about a $1 billion investment. And as I was saying earlier, I mean, that's really the future of this new economy is big data and having places to store it and to access it quickly. They've been huge community partners. You may have seen, particularly since the virus broke, that they've been assisting businesses. They've been assisting our school system. They're just a great company to have in Henrico, and we think this is just the beginning for them.
sports tourism in Henrico?
Yeah, it's sports tourism is huge. We're just seeing that coming back recently as things have loosened up a little bit after the coronavirus. It's tens of millions of dollars a year for the families that come in and the kids that are playing these sports, the travel teams and the adults that are traveling. I think the county has really kicked things up a notch, making a $50 million investment in the redevelopment of the Virginia Center Commons Mall, which will provide an indoor facility for a number of indoor sports, including basketball, volleyball, pickleball. That'll be a great venue for the region.
So Virginia Center Commons, the mall is going away.
Most of the mall, if not all the mall, will be completely redeveloped. You'll have the indoor recreation center, convocation center. You'll have a hotel. And I would think just around it will be some corresponding new development. So and that site's right on I-95. It's a great location. It's exactly the kind of redevelopment that we want to see in Henrico.
All righty, one last time. The time is 1:28. Let people know how they can find you and to get the information that the county has to offer.
Absolutely. Henrico.com. Just check us out on our website. You can also call us 804-501-7521. Reach out anytime, and the EDA team is happy to assist.
All righty, folks. This has been Anthony Romanello, Executive Director of the Economic Development Authority of Henrico. I'd like to thank him for coming in. Make sure you use the resources that they have. They have some awesome programs to help business, whether you're large or small, thinking about getting into business. I'd like to thank him for coming in. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike. On the other side, we will have Nakita Rowell-Stevens, and she's going to give us words of wisdom on writing a book, making your website look better, your business writing. She's here to help us look good. So we will see you on the other side. Thanks.
There's a news star in Virginia, thevirginiastar.com. Finally, there's a newspaper in Virginia that delivers the unfiltered truth on politics and information you need to know.
I love it. It's about time.
Man, it's great. I read it every morning.
Thevirginiastar.com. Unbiased. No slant, just facts. Thevirginiastar.com. It's not the mainstream media, it's the truth stream media. So if you're tired of fake news, get real news now. Thevirginiastar.com.
Attention, Virginia Patriots. Do you want to help save America this November? Join our team. American Majority Action is a national conservative organization that mobilizes citizens to get involved in the political process. We are looking for patriots to join our paid team of door-to-door canvassers now through November 3rd. Save Virginia, save America. It's now or never. Contact us at www.am-action.org/Virginia or liz@am-action.org.
Happy Monday. I'm Kiara Johnson with your WJFN 100.5 FM weather report brought to you by Dominion Energy. Richmond, plenty of sunshine on today, high 67 degrees. For your tonight, low 45 and a clear sky. Sharksville, abundant sunshine, high 67. Tonight, a clear sky, low around 40. Fredericksburg, plenty of sunshine, high 67 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, low 41. This has been your weather report. Visit DominionEnergy.com. Kiara Johnson, WJFN 100.5 FM.
Folks, this is the most important election of our time. America itself is on the ballot. The police are on the ballot as radicals push to defund law enforcement while doing nothing to deter the looting and violence tearing apart our nation's cities. The fact is, our safety is on the ballot too, and our way of life. That's why I'm urging you to join an effort sponsored by the Job Creators Network. They're working with the biggest conservative host in America, like me. This election is about one thing: turnout. The left has their get out the vote machine now. We need ours. That's why the single most important thing you can do to save our country is go to keepamericaamerica.com. That's keepamericaamerica.com and become a volunteer in the biggest get out the vote effort in history. You'll be given tasks that can make a difference in November. Do a little, do a lot, but please do your part. Go to keepamericaamerica.com now. That's keepamericaamerica.com.
Welcome to the SBA Weekly Business Tip. I am Martin Short.
Does your home need a makeover? If so, refresh with quality with LA Labor and Painting, LLC. They make your home sparkle and be the envy of the community. They are masters at interior and exterior painting, drywall. They clean decks. They landscape and remove items you wish were gone. The bottom line is, they refresh with quality, provide professional service, and follow all guidelines regarding COVID-19. Call today to make your home sparkle. You can reach LA Labor by calling 804-972-8014. Call today for the On the Mic with Mike discount. When you mention the program, you'll receive 20% off of the beautification of your most prized possession. Call LA Labor and Painting today at 804-972-8014.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Since the very beginning, CEO Magazine has been empowering women to be the chief executive of their lives. Sharon's dream was to create this lifestyle publication that helped women manage the hustle and bustle of their everyday. From hair to makeup and photo shoots to the look of your brand and even messaging, whether you are being featured on our front cover or inside our magazine, or simply partner with us, our team of people go to work for you. You sign up for a complete experience. You can share your story on our social media platform or come and network at one of our events. As CEO, we want to see you thrive, innovate, and create the life that you'll love.
My name is Isabella, and you're listening to My King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. It is the premier social business enterprise show in the area. I'd like to thank Anthony Romanello of the Henrico Economic Development Authority. He was with us. I'd like to shout out as well Tom Childry, the credit card guy. You're in business. A lot of business people listen to this show. Make sure you give Tom a call and talk to him about how to streamline your merchant services, as well as to save a buck or two there. But up next on the mic, it is my honor to bring onto the microphone a true wordsmith, a lady who knows the true meaning and value of words, Nakita Rowell-Stevens. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for inviting me, Mike. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with Al Green. I didn't know that you had a life in sales prior to being a wordsmith.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Al and I know each other pretty well.
That's why he's sitting here laughing right now. See, I'm new to the game, but please tell people who you are. You're the word stylist. Please let people know who you are, and then we have some specific questions for you.
Okay. So my business is Word Stylist. It's evolved a little bit more over the course of the last year and a half. So my focus right now is I'm really full-time. I'm a full-time author. I am a ghostwriter and a writing coach. And that is the focus of my business. But Word Stylist began as a content marketing business. And the reason that the whole focus behind that business was to work with small business owners to help them tell their story. And that's a really big part of who I am and what I believe in, because I think every person, whether it's you as an individual or whether it's your business, you have a story to tell, and that's what connects us all as human beings. And so when a lot of businesses are looking at trying to figure out how to connect best with their customers, they usually struggle with trying to extract what that special sauce is that they have that really makes them unique. And I've worked with businesses in being able to do that and being able to show that in their digital marketing.
All right, it's Nakita Rowell-Stevens you're talking to us. So the business is Word Stylist, but now you're a ghostwriter. Explain to people what a ghostwriter is, because I'm not that sharp. So please let me know what that is.
So basically, a ghostwriter is anytime a writer is willing to step in and write content for someone and not take credit for it. So I don't get the byline for it. The majority of my ghostwriting work that I do for clients is typically with books. Most of the people that come to me and want me to help them with ghostwriting is they want a book. They have a book they want to write. Maybe it's their life story they want to tell. Maybe it's they want to write a book that's related to their business to help build a platform. It could be any type of thing, but when that book comes out, it's not my name that's going to be on the book. It's going to be their name. So they're just listening to me for that help.
Okay, so from a business standpoint, how does that work? I come to you and I want to write a book, not so much of my life story, but I come to you with an idea, and I'm willing to have you write it. What do I do? Just bring notes to you and drop it onto you and say, or please explain to the listeners what that process is to go from, I just have an idea about a book, to finding a ghostwriter to having a book published.
So usually the first stage in the process that I like to engage with my clients is to sit down and kind of map out what this book is going to look like. So we kind of almost like put together, like, what's your table of contents? What is the meat and potatoes of this book? And that's usually the first stage of the process. It's usually can take an hour to 2 hours depending on how long the book project is. And we kind of flesh out their ideas. How I bring that content to the table really varies depending on the client. One of my favorite ways, what I prefer to do, is do audio recordings, because it's a very efficient way to get a lot of content out from, especially if you're doing something like an autobiography, where it's something that's just, you're talking about your life, it's second nature. You can just rattle that off and you can send it to me, or we can do sessions together. But I've also had clients that might have something like, say, hey, I've been keeping a journal for the last 10 years, and I have some really interesting information in these journal entries, and I want to take these journals and make a book out of it. Well, then that's kind of a little bit of a different process. So it really kind of depends on the scope of the book, but I kind of work with them to kind of figure out, well, let's kind of figure out an outline and what this looks like, and then we kind of map out a game plan from there.
Please explain to the listeners the power of words and what your writing looks like when I write an email or a presentation, and the value of the words being put together coherently, looking good, and getting the point across from the business standpoint. Please enlighten us on the value of that.
Oh my goodness!
She said, "Oh my goodness." So hold on, let me put the seatbelt on, folks. See, that's what we do here. We roll out the tough questions.
Oh my! Well, I think it's invaluable, and I think it's, to me, when it comes to your words, it's important that those words are well crafted and they're crisp. But I also think that the word should be a reflection of you as a business. I think one of the biggest mistakes I've seen with customers when they come to me is they are a little too rigid in how they think, because it's business, everything has to be super rigid in terms of how they're communicating those words. But you have to understand that when you're super rigid, that doesn't do a lot to invite people in. And if you want to invite people in, if you're not a rigid person, the content on your website shouldn't be rigid content. And so one of the things I teach people to do when it comes to their content is to teach them to make that content a reflection of who they are and what their business is. And there's no cookie cutter answer to how that looks. And that's I think that's a really big struggle for businesses, because they do try to put that into a box and say, well, this is business, so it needs to be like A, B, and C. It needs to look like this. And it doesn't. I mean, you can still keep a professional demeanor, but still be casual if your business has more of a casual type of a persona, and that's the type of person you're trying to bring in. It's not going to help you to be extremely rigid if that's not what your customer is like. Does that make sense?
Oh, it definitely does. That's what we try and do here. This isn't the typical business show where we're here talking about the market and all those things. There are parts of that we do with that right before you add on the Economic Development Authority. But now we go from that to you. Talk a little bit, if you would, about when people come to you, what are the first couple of mistakes or areas of concern when people come and say, I'm having a roadblock, can you help me? And I show up on your doorstep with a paper bag and their papers in it, and I said, please help me turn this into something.
It's usually two major types of people I deal with when they come to me and ask for my help and they want me to help them write something. The first group of people is the type of person that's like, I'm not a writer. I hate writing. I've never written. I've never been good at writing ever in my life. There's a ton of typos every time I write. I'm just horrible at it. But I know I need content. We live in a content-driven, industry, and that's our world now. And I need someone to help me make me look good. Can you help me with that?
And you do help people. I remember you do it, and you pal around with the writing scene is pretty vibrant here in the Richmond area. And I know that you encounter and you engage with some other writing folks as well.
Always.
Tell me why the writing scene is so vibrant here.
I don't know the answer to that. I think Richmond, one of the things I learned is Richmond is very rich with creatives. There's a lot of people in that creative industry, from artists to writers to photographers. There's a lot of artistic people, and I don't know if that's VCU that's driving that, because VCU has a very strong advertising program. Their arts program is amazing, and so it could be that that's driving that community that you see in Richmond. But it is a very strong community of writers. You wouldn't know off the bat if you're a person that does a lot of networking, because most writers are kind of recluse. They don't go out much.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I met you back in, had to be around 2014 through Synapse, and shout out to the folks at Synapse. What's been the biggest change to the word stylist from those days back in 2014, and how did you get to where you are now?
Oh, it's been a huge change. I think, so the biggest pivot I've made in my business is I really switched gears into focusing more on writing my own books and focusing on the ghostwriting and the writing coaching piece, which are all ghostwriting I've been doing the whole time. Writing I've been doing the whole time. But what I came to realize is I love helping people tell their story. I've always been passionate about helping people tell their story and working with the businesses. That passion didn't go away. But what I realized is over the years, as I focused so much on working with all these businesses to tell their stories, that I was silencing my own stories that I wanted to tell. I kept putting them on the back burner. So I made a very bold move in my business about a year and a half ago, and I decided to put my focus on being an author and putting out my own books, and continuing to focus on being a ghostwriter and helping those people that want to write their own books, and then also coaching people that may want to write a book. So I changed I kind of pivoted my business. Now, doesn't mean I don't do content marketing anymore. I still take clients, and if someone needs help with web content or they're trying to write a blog, that's something that's still a part of Word Stylist. I don't lead with that anymore. That's not the forefront of my business. The forefront of my business is creating and writing books myself and teaching other people how to do it. Did you get that, Mike?
You're on the mic with Mike. Who do we have online?
Are you talking to Nakita?
No, I'm not.
Hello there. How are you, Mike?
I'm pretty good. Hey, Nakita, do you know who that is?
Oh, my goodness. Is that Kim?
Yes, hello.
So,
surprise.
Surprise. So, okay. So, on the line with us, we have Kim Wells-Healy, who's a friend of the program, and these two work together on a project. So, please explain the project that you guys, because I had to get Kim on, Nakita, when I'm talking to you.
Oh, I understand completely. Kim, do you want to do the honors? You want to
go? Excited. So, Nakita is, I like to call you my partner in fun.
Yes.
For our podcast, Sociable Scribe. And since Nakita and I are both unusual in the writing crowd because we're both outgoing, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's how we came up with it. So we love helping other writers, and we like to talk about writing, publishing books, and a whole lot of fun on our podcast.
So you two are a dynamic duo when it comes to the. That's why, Nakita, when I knew you were going to be on, we had to get Kim on because the process that you guys go through and talking about the writing process is outstanding. Talk a little bit, you two, about the collaboration of working together, two writing coaches.
Oh, absolutely. You want to jump in, Nakita?
Sure. I can start. It's funny because a lot of people would think that someone like Kim and I would be competitors and that we're like, oh, well, why would I work with her? She does what I do. And that's really never been an issue or a concern when it comes to us working together. And the first is just having an abundance mentality. And I think that's something that every business owner could learn and practice in their business. It's just realizing that, there's business out there for you. And it doesn't mean, I've always been a huge proponent of building relationships with people, even if they're in the same industry as you, because you can learn from each other. There's things Kim knows that I don't know, and there's things I know that Kim doesn't know. And when it comes to clients, there's people that are a better fit for her than they are for me and vice versa. And that's how we always look at it. But I feel like we make each other better. And
I agree.
Yes, iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. That's so cool. But totally, I believe in abundance as well. And you're right. We make each other better because we each bring our own experiences, and then we can combine that to talk about on our podcast. And it's always fascinating. Gosh, I always say, if anybody ever tells you, I know everything there is to know about a subject, run fast.
That is
We're
true.
Always learning,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, Kim, we'd like to thank you for calling in. Let people know how they can find you again.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Mike and Nakita. And it's KWEPUB.com, Kiwi Publishing. And delighted to be a friend of the show and delighted to be partner in fun with Miss Nakita.
All righty.
Yes. Thank you for calling.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Kim. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nakita, we had to get Kim on because the energy that you guys bring,
I love her.
It is outstanding. All right, the time's 1:52. Nakita, can you hold on a minute? We got to go away and pay some bills, and
absolutely.
We'll be back on the other side, folks.
Hi,
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Ma Michelle's Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Whole Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamichelle's.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Ma Michelle's Cafe. That's Ma Michelle's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Do you want a crystal clear picture of your finances? Dial 804-601-0532 and schedule your free financial review with Crystal Clear Financial Solutions. Find us online at crystalclearfinancialsolutions.com.
Before and after the salon has been active in the Richmond, Virginia community, providing hairstyling services for over 10 years. Before and After is located in downtown Richmond at 1917 West Carey Street. Specializing in weaves, extensions, and growing healthy hair, Before and After provides a full suite of hair care services. Expert stylists Michelle Smith and Alicia Clark are well trained to meet your styling needs at Before and After the salon.
Hello, I'm Martin Short with the U.S. Small Business Administration Virginia District Office. Join us on September 23rd at 1 p.m. with On the Mic with Mike RVA as we recognize George Niefler, SBA Small Business Person of the Year for Virginia. This will be an exciting segment and an opportunity to call in with your questions. Tune in and call in for your latest biz insights.
September 23rd. Don't miss this special On the Mic with Mike SBA Wednesday. Phone lines are always open, 804-778-8888. On the Mic with Mike, exclusively on WJFN.
Hi, my name is Daquan Whitberry, also known as Chef DQ. The restaurant industry is going through a hard time right now. With COVID-19, a lot of things are going on. Restaurants are shutting down. They might have to even close their doors for good. In the past few months, we've seen how life can change dramatically in a blink of an eye. Fortunately, I've created a system, a proven system, that allows restaurants to stay successful in this new way of life. As the owner of RVA Cafe, I would love to help you through these challenging times. Go to redindigofood.com for more information.
Hi, this is Sylvia Farbstein, and I am on the air with Mike King. He is widening the lens of humanity, and I'm so happy to be a part of his journey.
Welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. Hey, just want to give a couple of shout-outs really quick. Folks, if you are in the West End and you are looking for some outstanding food, take a listen and go, I guess, don't listen to it, but go check out Charles Kitchen. They are 9127 West Broad Street. They are authentic Caribbean food. It is the best. So make sure you take a look at and go see Charles Kitchen. Tell Chef that Mike King sent you. The number they can be reached also is 804-270-6340. That's 804-270-6340. Charles Kitchen in the West End, right there where Ollie's just opened up. Do yourself a favor. You will love it. Also, Passion Cube Boutique is one of the trendiest online boutiques based right here in RVA with quality clothes at affordable prices. Use the code LOVEJENNA, that's Jenna with Jena, for an additional discount. Order ship same day placed, first class. Free shipping on orders of $75 and up. Lastly, they have Afterpay, so you can shop now and pay later. Interest-free. PassionCute.com, and they're also on Instagram at PassionCute Boutique. There are friends of Jenna Bush, who is the overdressed host on Thursdays at 1:30. Back with us again is Nakita Rowell-Stevens of The Word Stylist. Welcome back. Hello?
I'm here.
There you are.
Glad to be here, Mike. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. So, Corona and COVID, explain how it's changed your business, if at all.
It has not had a strong impact on my business. I think it's had an impact, like for a lot of people, just in a psyche, in terms of just trying to figure out how to manage all the change that's been happening around us. I have found actually more people are, because they're in kind of a hiatus period and they're trying to find things to do, they're more interested in working on books and writing a book. So I'm getting more interest actually in that area. And I think it's because between that and working on things for my own book project, people need a distraction from what's going on in the world. And by working on a book project or even buying a new book and immersing themselves in a good fiction novel, that's something that that can take them away from the chaos that's going on outside. So I feel like if you're an author, it's actually a good time right now to be putting out a book because you can give people something to focus on other than any of the negatives that's happening around them.
Let folks know how they can find you.
They can find me at www.wordstylistrva.com. That's my website. That's probably the best way for you to reach me. I'm also at WordStylist RVA on Instagram and on Facebook.
Alrighty, when people come through, I always ask them, we're living in some crazy times right now. What gives you hope?
What gives me hope is I have actually seen a lot of businesses flourish and thrive, even though there's a lot of crazy things happening right now. And I think sometimes you have to go through a storm to get to, the beautiful day and the flowers and all the things that we like. And I feel like the whole COVID thing is just a storm. I feel it's making us stronger. And so if you can just have a little resilience and push through, I think we're never going to go back to the way we were. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because I think we're going to come out better than we were.
Spoken like a true wordsmith. We'd like to thank you for coming on. Al Green says, take care. It's been an honor for me talking to you. It's been, always liked the way you worked and conducted your thing. So, you're a friend of the program now. If you ever need to get any words out, please let us know.
Absolutely.
All righty, folks, that has been Nakita Rowell-Stevens, the word stylist. I'd like to thank her for coming on, thanking Anthony Romanello from Economic Development Authority as well. Thanks to Camille for dropping in with the word or two. The program is On the Mic with you. Mike, we're here daily with you from 1 to 2 on WJFN. As I said, every day, as soon as it's over, I'm on my way home. Baby, as soon as it's over, I'll see you in a little bit. Take care of each other. We're out here trying to beat Corona. Take care.
This is WJFN Goochland, WJFN Chester, 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and AM 820.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John.